Okay, hi everyone. In this video, we're going to look at speed, but we're going to make use of some algebra to help us to do some problem solving. Okay, so the process involves forming equation using algebra, right? And we will need to solve for certain unknowns. All right. So before we start, let us write down like the usual terms or usual letters that we use for speed and time. So usually we have speed and time and distance, but usually, right, the letters that we use for speed, we normally use V for velocity, small letter V. T we normally use time. Distance would be usually a small distance D, right? So let's dive right into work example 20 in page 67. So over here, we have a car traveling at average speed of 60 kilometers per hour from town A to town B, and so if the car travels at an average speed, a higher average speed, it will reach town B 15 minutes earlier. So calculate the distance between town A and town B. So this is revolving two towns, town A, town B. Not sure. So it will be good for us to draw out the model, right? To draw out a diagram to visualize and to put in the information that we can get over here. So let's take a look at the first kind of journey. If we were to travel at 60 kilometers per hour, right? And there's a second alternative speed where we travel at 72 kilometers per hour. And for this one, right, it would save us 15 minutes. So we'll reach town B 15 minutes earlier. Okay, so you can see that there's a difference over here, right? So the clue that we need to pay attention is that the distance, oh no, sorry, the time taken to complete this journey is 15 minutes difference. All right, so the difference in time is 15 minutes. So if you were to look at the distance speed time triangle over there, means that we are going to look at time itself. Okay, means that we're going to look at the time itself. So let us form an equation using time. All right, so we have two different speed. So let's take a look at how does the difference in time give us the 15 minutes up. So we have a faster speed and a slower speed. The slower speed will take a longer time. The faster speed will take a shorter time. So the time for a slower speed minus a time for a faster speed, right, would be equals to 15 minutes. Do you agree? Because slower speed you have more time, faster speed you need less time. So bigger minus a smaller number, the difference will give you 15 minutes. Okay, and over here, right, we need to do something over here. So let D be the distance between towns A and B, right? So we are looking for the distance. Okay, so the next thing to take note is in the question, right, we need to calculate the distance. So we need to make this a variable, right? We need to make D the thing to solve. So over here, time, if you were to look at the speed time triangle, time will be equals to distance over speed, right? So we need distance over speed for the first one. We need a distance over speed for the second one. So the distance over speed, the slower speed is actually 60 kilometers per hour. So we have a 60 kilometers per hour, right? The next one over here, the faster speed would be 72 kilometers per hour. So let me put that here, 72 km per hour. So this is equals to 15 minutes, but you look at the speed over here, these are in kilometers per hour. So why not let's change the minutes to hours to make it standardized. So 15 minutes, it will be equals to a quarter hour divided by 60, right? So it will be 15 minutes divided by 60 minutes to form 1 hour, right? So let us write everything down without units. So we have a D over 60 minus D over 72. This would be 1/4 quarter. Okay, the next step is to simplify the d's on the left hand side of the equation. So you can actually take a look that it's actually 1 over 60d minus 1 over 72d. So you can key in your calculator 1 over 60 minus 1 over 72, combine the like terms, right? So over here, if you were to press, it will be 1 over 360. So this would be d over 360 would be equals to 1 over 4. Then you can multiply the 360 to the other side, because d divide by 360, the opposite would be times. So d would be equals to 1 over 4 times 360. So this would be 90. So the distance between the two towns is actually 90 kilometers. So this is the end of the first work example. Okay, so hope this is clear enough for you to see that it's possible to do using the algebra. So otherwise it will take a very long while to do to solve this problem. Okay, and sometimes the question will restrict answer using algebra only, so it would be good to put what we learn in algebra to good use, right? So let's take a look at practice now 20 in page 67. So for this particular example, if okay, let's take a look at this question first. We have a car leaving town A for town B, 550 kilometers apart. They give a speed 72 kilometers per hour, and we have a truck leaving town B for town A, traveling at the lower speed 38 kilometers per hour. So we need to find the time taken for two vehicles to meet. So the first thing to take note is we need to look for time taken to meet. So means that we're going to use t as our main star variable, right? So let's draw out this model over here, right? We have two towns again, town A and town B, right? Town A, town B. So we have a car, right, moving at 72 kilometers per hour, or the full distance is 550 kilometers. And then we have a lorry or truck, right, traveling at 38 kilometers per hour. And the thing is, they will meet somewhere in the middle. So let's assume that they will meet here. Okay, so now let's take a look at the speed, time, distance triangle again, right? So in order to look for time, we will definitely need distance over speed. Okay, so and the next thing is okay, so before we look at the time also, like, let's take a look at what information do we have over here. Okay, so so since both of them will meet at the same time, and the thing that additional thing that they give is that if they were to meet at this point over here, right, the distance traveled by the car and the distance traveled by the truck would add up to 550 kilometers. That would be the total distance. All right, so the thing is, if you're not if you were to solve this manually one by one and do calculation, you risk the error of a presentation problem, or maybe you would do too many weird kind of calculation, and it will really mess up the sequence of thinking, right? So let's put this thinking into action, where we try to form an equation out from it, right? So let's take a look at the total distance traveled by the car and the truck, 550. Okay, so we let t be time taken to meet, and let's form the relationship over here. So the distance traveled by the car plus the distance traveled by the truck is going to be equals to 550 kilometers. Right? So the distance traveled by the car, so we need to use distance is speed times time. So speed it would for the car would be 72 kilometers per hour times time would be times t. Okay, and then the speed of the truck, which is 38, distance equals to speed times time, so it will be 38 times time t. So this would be equals to 550. So 72 plus 38 will give me 110t is equals to 550. And voila, we can solve divide by 110. T will be equals to 5. And because everything is in kilometers per hour, so the time, the unit is in hours as well. So it will take the car and the truck 5 hours to meet at the central spot. So with algebra, you can actually shorten your working a lot, and it will actually look very neat. So the thing is, don't fear algebra too much. Embrace algebra and try your best to form equations using the speed, time, and distance triangle. Okay, find something. The advice is to find something that will describe the thing as a whole. For example, in this question, the total distance is 550 km, and maybe the question before is that difference in time is 15 meters. Use information like this, right, to form your equation, and do some substitution and do some replacing of the variables to find the quantity that we need. So yeah. So that ends the video for today. So let's recap a little bit. We are using algebra to form equations, and we want to solve this kind of equations. Which actually makes us easier to solve equations with algebra. Otherwise, your presentation will be too long. Alright. So this ends the video for today. Right. Thank you for your attention, and bye bye.